finding out how caterers are doing during the recession and whether they're offering value for money deals that may entice their customers' appetite. I talked to Tony Xiao, Managing Director here at Purple Sage, to talk about what he's doing to bring in the customers.
It's no piece of cake to run a catering business, especially during the economic downturn. But hey, it doesn't mark the end of parties and celebrations. In fact, as corporate clients start to dwindle, it could be an opportune time to change business strategy.
Business has been definitely very much affected. I think the whole world has gone on a default, and ours being the disposable income, so it will be the easiest and the fastest to feel it. We felt it since last year, that it's dropped by 10% and then it grew to about 20%. At the present moment, we are feeling about a 25 to 30% drop on a given month. That's quite a fair bit. I think part of the reason is because we are a corporate caterer. A lot of people are on a major cutback and major spending control. So we are the first one to feel it straight away.
When trimming the fat, I suppose they will.
Correct. Yeah, when you have to trim your fat, when you have to, be cost conscious, the first thing to do is all disposable income. In this case, catering. In this case, entertainment. In this case, celebration. And as of last month, January, we make executive decision to switch and move to target to hit at least 30% in weddings for the next few months. And the reason why is because people still get married. I guess when the market is bad, love is probably time is better spent with your loved one, maybe. Yeah. So a lot of weddings still happens, a lot of family events do plan things, and a lot of smaller parties do happen. So I guess there will be less corporate entertainment, corporate big catering with theme and thematic and conceptualization. Just back to the basic. Yeah.
And Tony tells me he's already doubled the number of wedding clients since.
Well, we used to cater to at least two to three weddings a weekend. Less than 20. And now we're hoping to target to move back to at least minimum maybe 40 or 40 to at least 50. Yeah, we have to, because we used to do once a weekend or two a weekend. Now if we can cram 2 a day and make it 4 a weekend, that'll be great. Then that at least helps to cover the corporate side that has been so quiet. And also because wedding is all cash, whereas it's corporate, it's very much a credit-driven business.
With so many caterers out there in the market, it's tough work to stay competitive. And in a recession, perhaps a crisis package is in order.
Because wedding, you normally don't invite 60, 70 people. You normally do 100, 200, 300, whatever the church can fit, whatever the auditorium can fit. So in that particular scenario, when you do a very high catering menu of $20, $25 or $30 on per head of a 200, 300 people, and that's actually very high price. That sort of makes more sense to go to hotels sometimes. Right now, that's the kind of price that the corporate are paying. But we have brought our price down to 18, 16, and 15.
That's a big cut.
That's a big cut. Well, because we are going back to the wedding market. So it's not so much client coming in. We have people coming in because we're known for our setup, our professional service, our one-stop shop, our conceptualization of doing store concept. However, what it is, our price sometimes is a little bit more competitive. So now what we're making ourselves is a bit more competitive by making it easily available, or at least you look at it and say, hey, it looks like a crisis package, because it brings down a couple of percent. I think it's a good 15% drop.
Right. So that's already implemented.
Yeah, that's already implemented. Okay. So right now we have gone. Last year we have moved our price up very high. Last year, January, year 2008, we have moved our price up to at least 18 to start off minimum. We have scaled back down to make it 15 because the market is really not doing good. We also have relooked into the things that we are supplying. That certain things, if we think we can cut, we try not to. So, for example, we try to cut down on giving disposable. We will use whatever we have as cutlery as part of the package.
So maybe it's a good idea to go with a one-stop caterer rather than splash out on, say, a lavish hotel dinner banquet?
I think it's common. I think a lot of people will think the hotel is definitely, if you want a glam event, hotel can deliver, and because got a venue. And if you want an event with us, we can also do it glam, but we don't have the venue. I think the difference between catering is that you can do all what hotel could do usually, and then without the building, and that's the only thing that we have set back. But if whatever hotel can decorate, we can decorate. In fact, we are probably more portable. You can probably go to a garden, go to a beach and do it. Hotel can, but it costs them more money. It costs you less to use us. So we have couples who go to hotel, but they still use us for their family reception, or their morning tea ceremony, or after their morning solemnization, they can go to church for their small little tea receptions or cocktail reception. So we still have either the 30-40 packs business. We also have those that's really big, grand one, who book a place like the Asian Civilization Museum or the Art Museum, and then they do a big 200-person event. I don't know, I think the wedding market it's always fluctuating, and it's both sides. It used to be very hip to do it in hotels, and then not catering, and then it moved into catering. At least 3-4 years ago, it was very hip to do catering in all sorts of different locations and areas, and not hotel. But recently, hotels have become very competitive. So a lot of people are going back to hotels, and also they're doing smaller package, because good old days hotel don't do small package, they do big, huge, and now they are going back. But we also see a trend of a mix of both. A lot of people, no matter what their weddings, you can ask 10, at least 60%, 70% still use caterer that day, even though they have a hotel event, because like I say.
So it's not like in-house they only use it?
Yeah, you can, but they still use it, and you can use it for many reasons. One, it could be the day that the bride to be picked up, or after picked up, there's a tea reception. One, it could be a tea reception at a church or any location or anywhere they choose to after the ROM, simply because that's a smaller and closer, cozier. And then there's definitely one where they do maybe sometimes thank you for all their bridesmaid and all their groom and all their friends and so on after that. And then so the last one is actually the actual wedding itself. They do it because they wanted something simple for the ROM before they actually have a customary wedding. See, bear in mind, a lot of people do hotel weddings mainly for customary weddings, where we're talking about a big march in, a big hoo-ha, and then the whole glam show and so on. I think we will be seeing a lot more wedding coming up this year, simply because it's naturally to feel that caterers are more reasonable. It's natural to think that it's better to cut down. So if you want to do a 30-40 packs at the beach, you can do it rather than get a hotel. It's more reasonable, and we are more reasonable. So whether the trend is both, I think we both will get 50-50. I think it depends on whether each individual couple, what is their budget, and have they changed, and have they decided to cut down and scale down. Yeah.
And so Tony says he's even tweaked the menu that offers simpler, no-frills treats so that clients will buy it.
We have people who are a bit more based on feedback from my staff and based from marketing people and sales people. You have people who would not spend extra on because we're a one-stop shop. We can find sound man for you. We can find MC, we can find photographer. But you see people cut back on a lot of things, and especially when it comes to catering, they will cut away from free flow of alcohol or free flow drinks. They want to go just fruit punch, or just no coffee and tea, just fruit punch, or just drinks. They have people who says, no concept, just simple setup. We just want a simple setup. It's just flowers on a table, that's good enough. Some will say, can we take away the flowers? Can we just do a bit more artsy and just use, we use like dry herbs and so on. And so they would specify that to us to cut back. They would look at the menu and says, no more like prawn flambe on the spot, no sushi belt on the spot. Maybe where people who do, last time they have this leg of lamb on the spot, and they cut down. So I think that's good. We also tweak menu that we're right now doing a simple cash and carry situation, which we probably launch about like a month from now. And this cash and carry is quite straightforward. You know, you still need to buy food from downstairs to office to go to your office and eat for corporate. And instead of having all the setup and so on, you have the same kind of food. Maybe if you say in Chinese, 三菜汤, 3 dishes, and then maybe one particular dessert put together in a container. We just deliver, or they can come pick it up, and then it's still warm and hot, and so they can still eat it.
So minus all the setup.
Yeah, minus all the setup, minus everything. So nobody can need to worry and justify why we're doing a big setup at the corner of the hallway for catering, something like that. Yeah. And we can still apply.
But it seems weddings only make up a small slice of the pie. As I find out, Singaporeans are willing to splurge on other special occasions.
We definitely tweak. We also realize that there are a couple of new areas that we're trying to move in and target. We have right now target a lot on first month birthday, children's birthday, and also a graduation party. A lot of people do spend money on their kid when it comes to birthday. And they really did a splurge because how many kids we have now, 1 or 2, and they are precious. And there are also, we spend time creating menu for first month birthday, because I think first month a lot of people are more great. People are really into it. The push by the government does help, making everybody trying to procreation, and then I guess it's really pay off. The reason why we are doing it more, not because it's called economical reason. The reason is simply because we're doing it more is it's happening more often. So what I'm trying to say is 2 years ago you get a phone call. Now every 10 phone call a day a salesperson get, you probably have one that is for first month, and maybe 6 is for corporate, and a balance 3 are for either weddings and just household. Now we're talking about every 10 phone calls today by a salesperson, you can get at least minimum 2 to 3 phone calls. It's about children's birthday. Not that they all cater for me, but they asked. So 1, we know that more kids around. 2, people are more willing to spend on the kids. 3, you've seen programs talk about kids. There's a few programs on TV right now that's hosted by, I think, if I'm not wrong, by Lisa or someone that is on kids. So the fact that it's happening more and people are calling to inquire more prompt us to say, hey, wait, hold on. Why don't we take a look at this angle and this part? And we have a menu that is done up, three sets, menu A, B, and C, for 3 different teams last year for children's birthday party. And it's a hit to the kids. They're all very young. We're talking about like between 2 to 5. And family and parents spent on this. We're talking about like at least 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That's a lot of money. For children. So I can understand why, because if you have a kid, they are your precious. They are your whole world right now. Yes, there's a reason to splurge, and they bring joy to you. So why not enjoy a good time? And it's a good excuse to spend the money and bring all the family, get together.